to this happy place, welcome.
Hey guys, it's Tim, and I'm with...
Who?
Who is this guy? Who is this mystery voice? And who is this beautiful woman sitting next to me? It's my wife, Adrienne.
Hello. I don't know. It's been too long. I don't know how to do this.
It's been a long time, but we're back. Episode 65 of the Dreaming of Disney podcast. Took a couple weeks off.
Wow.
I don't know if we took things. We just had so much. I don't know.
What now?
I don't know.
We're out of practice. We don't know how to talk. It has been like weird. You know how like the pandemic was like this weird time warp, and like, was it 10 years? Was it 2 months?
Mm-hmm.
Was like, what? No, we're still in 2021 ish, right? It's been like that the last month.
Yeah.
How long has it been? I don't even know.
Ever since school started.
Ever since life ended, you mean? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yes, ever since school started, which was the same time as our trip.
Mm-hmm.
Me and you.
Yeah. Our anniversary trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I don't have
I got sick right after that.
Brain power. Not right after that. It was a couple weeks after that.
It was a week after. It was the week that we got back. Yes.
That was only a week?
It was only a week.
No.
Yes.
I'm looking at my calendar.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. It feels like it feels like our trip was like 2-3 months ago.
No.
Okay, wait a second.
We went the last weekend of August.
Oh my gosh, you're right. We got home on Sunday, and then the next
Then it was
Monday
Labor Day
night,
weekend.
You got sick?
I had to work that weekend, and then that Monday, Labor Day, is when I got sick. And then I was out for the rest of the week.
No, you were out for 2 weeks.
I was out for 2 weeks. But I was feeling better. We were kind of teeter-tottering.
What?
Teeter-tottering on a recording the following Sunday.
So last week.
Yeah, last week. But I was still getting over it, and we were both just really tired, and so it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
But yet here we are. We're back. Talking about Disneyland.
Well, and it's another thing. I feel like this is going to sound stupid, but I feel
It's a safe space. Speak your truth.
I feel very disconnected from all things Disney right now because I haven't been on social media like that much at all since you got sick.
Yeah.
And school and everything. So I mean, like, I'll get on every once in a while and just like look real quick for like a couple minutes, but not like I haven't been keeping up with anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm the same way.
And so I'm like, it feels like our trip was a really long time ago. We don't have a trip planned.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been on social media interacting with like our other Disney friends at all because I just haven't had the like mental fortitude to do. I don't know. And so I'm like, what do we do? What is this? A Disney podcast?
That's what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So as I think of words to say out of my mouth, couple things. Still doing the Ahsoka recap show with Johnny with the DMSW podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Had to when I was sick 1 week, so he had to fill in.
Yeah.
And then last week I wasn't able to record, so he had to fill in again. But happens sometimes. But if you're into Ahsoka, Star Wars, check out me and Johnny on his podcast where we talk about the new show. We also have a lightsaber giveaway that we're doing. The final time to enter is on October 1st, which
that's coming up.
This coming Sunday.
Is it? I don't even know what the day is.
So it's this coming Sunday. So you got to find our secret code word. Ours was from the September 2nd show. For our secret code word, Johnny J's secret code word on his podcast, and then Rope Dropping Knowledge on their podcast. Get the 3 code words. Send those 3 code words to Johnny at the DMSW podcast on Instagram, and you'll be entered in for the Ahsoka lightsaber giveaway.
Nice.
So, yeah, and we're drawing names on October 4th. So there you go. So anyways, so while we were in our funk,
yes,
there was a D23 presentation, I guess, for parks, but it didn't seem like it wasn't a D23 Expo. Yeah, because I saw it like one of the days I like got on real quick. I saw something about it and I was like, wait, what? Because I haven't heard anything about the D23 Expo. And then, it seemed like it was just like not a big deal. So it was like a live stream presentation. So they did, they announced like a whole bunch of stuff for Disney parks. 95% of it was for Disney World and the international parks. And there was, I think, only 2 things for Disneyland, which was, I'm off my game. I don't even have it pulled up right now. All right. It was the Destination D23 Disney Parks Experiences and Products Live event.
Well, yes, of course it was.
So I'm just going to quickly just run through these things. So the first announcement was that there is a new destinations coming to Star Tours.
Oh, okay.
So these are going to be around the new Ahsoka show on Disney Plus, new places that you can go and experience on Star Tours. That's coming in 2024. So that's for Disney World, Disneyland, and in Disneyland Paris. Right. I can't see, but it's too small. Yeah, it's Disneyland Paris.
I haven't seen Ahsoka, and like, what if other people aren't into like the new things? Because now I know the Lance.
Yeah,
it's like I know what that's from.
Mm-hmm.
And now bringing in the new Star Wars stuff, it's like,
well, they did that with the movies.
Those are the movies.
Yeah.
This would be like, you want new Star Wars stuff? Take your butt over to Galaxy's Edge and add it to Rise.
Okay. So that was the first one. The new character from Disney's next animated movie, Wish, Asha, will soon be coming to Epcot, Disneyland, and Disneyland Paris.
Is it Asha or Asha?
Asha or Asha? I don't know. But she'll be a meetable character there.
When is that?
It says coming soon.
Okay. I mean, I would assume that would be after the movie came out, because why would anybody care?
It's coming out here pretty soon. I don't know what
November, I think.
November, yeah.
That's right. Okay.
So that's coming out here. They showed a sneak peek of the world's first Frozen themed land debuting at Hong Kong Disneyland in November.
Oh, I want to go to Hong Kong now.
The world of Frozen, inspired by Walt Disney Animation Studios' stunning films, will blend Arendelle with the park's natural surroundings, and the audience is getting a first peek at the land. So they showed a video there.
Is that video out on social media somewhere?
Probably. I'm sure it's on YouTube. You could probably search for it. Let's see. So here's the next Disneyland announcement. Star Tours was the first one.
Mm-hmm.
This is the second one. The only other one. Everything else is other stuff. Disney California Adventure Park, getting a first look at Disney California Adventures Park. A new world jumping vehicle is coming to the next attraction in Avengers Campus.
Wait, is coming to the next attraction? What?
First look at Disney California Adventures Park. A new world jumping vehicle. I'm reading this.
New world jumping vehicle.
So it's showing you the ride vehicle for the new Avengers ride.
A new world
jumping vehicle.
Oh, got it. World. So you can jump between worlds in this vehicle.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
To help transport superheroes into the multiverse. So it says they're sharing an early peek at the ride vehicle featuring a design that combines elements of Tony Stark's time suits with, I don't know how to pronounce this, Xandarian jump points and Wakandan technology. More details on this high-tech vehicle that'll travel to new worlds are coming in the future.
Why don't just give us a roller coaster? Okay,
So
come on. Why are you making this so weird and complicated?
There's a couple people. There's
a new ride coming.
I know they've said that they're going to do an Avengers ride since they first announced Avengers Campus,
but then with the shutdown,
they're like, no, we're not doing that. And then they came back like, oh yeah, it's gonna be out like an Iron Man ride, and then that got canceled for some reason. Now they're showing us something new. Some people are thinking it's going to be like a Star Tours type ride,
but that's already kind of like Web Slingers isn't like Star Tours, but it's virtual like that.
It's similar, yeah.
So
other people are thinking
like a Tron
that it's going to be like Cosmic Rewind, Guardians,
which
at Disney World.
I haven't been on that, but I want to so badly, and I hear amazing things about it.
Yeah, so. This is all on the Disney Parks blog. So if you want to look at these pictures, you can go on there and check those out. A new Country Bear Jamboree song is coming to Disney World.
Finally.
Something we were all hoping for. A new Pirates of the Caribbean themed lounge is coming to Magic Kingdom in Disney World.
Is that going to be for everyone or only like Magic Key holders?
No, it's like Oga's Cantina, but like pirates.
Pirates?
Yeah.
Oh, fun. So
that'd be cool. A new look at what's coming to Zootopia at Shanghai Disney Resort. So they have a Zootopia land. They announced the opening day of the Journey of Water inspired by Moana at Epcot.
That's pretty soon here, isn't it?
Yeah, October 16th.
Oh, yeah. So like a few weeks.
Yeah.
I wonder is that the only thing they're working on and why all those walls are up at Epcot?
No, they were redoing like the middle part. I forget what they called it. It was like, I'm making hand motions right now. You can't tell.
You're just making a circle.
It's like they call it like a neighborhood. It's like everything like connects there. I don't know.
So I wonder, because when we went, which year and a half ago, a little more than that now, there's a bunch of like wall construction going on walls up. So like when you first walk in, we were very confused. You know, we had never been there. We were very confused on where to go and how to get around. And I think that made it a whole lot harder because you couldn't just see.
Because it used
anywhere.
To be just all open. Like after Spaceship Earth, it was all open.
And it was like just walls everywhere. Like it was like you were going through a maze at the beginning.
Yeah.
So I wonder if some of those are down. And then with the Moana water thing, if more will be down.
Yeah. We'll just have to wait and find out when we go in January, February sometime. Try and figure that out.
I'm losing hope.
I know. We just gotta book it.
We already did. We booked everything, and then we.
I know. We shouldn't have.
No, it would have been better.
It was a good choice. We've talked about this plenty of times. We know we can go into it again. They announced a new nighttime spectacular at Epcot called Luminous: The Symphony of Us.
Who's us?
which will debut December 5th, 2023.
What is it?
So it's a show that will combine fireworks, fountains, lasers, lighting effects, and music.
I wonder if it'll be Disney music. Because I heard when we saw there and we saw Harmonious, it was like, oh, because
we didn't watch Harmonious when we were there.
No, we didn't. You were correct.
Yeah, we did not.
We watched it. That's right.
We watched it when we came home.
When we came home, because we were planning on it, but that was a rough day. And we were like, oh my gosh, it'll take forever to get out of here after Harmonious. And so we just decided not to. But we watched it on YouTube when we got home. Mm-hmm. And from what I heard, other people who have been Epcot goers and the past shows they've had, that one was much more Disney. Mm-hmm. And to us, it wasn't very, because it's not like the fireworks, you know? So I just wonder if it will be Disney-ish or not.
Yeah.
That's it.
Know.
That's all.
I wondered.
There's no answer. I'm just wondering.
All right. Everyone knows the next thing. So everyone knows everyone knows my stance on Test Track.
Everybody who passes on the street, everybody in our life.
I've talked to Bob Iger, and I was like, Bobby, you got to do something about Test Track.
Yeah, I mean, like all of our family that like's not into Disney and has never been, they all know.
Mm-hmm. Sit around the dinner table. I was like, you know what really
drives me nuts?
It drives me nuts. Test Track at Epcot. Now let me tell you why.
There goes Tim again talking about Test Track.
So finally, they're listening to me. Oh, they're reimagining. Oh, that's right.
I did see this.
They're reimagining Test Track.
I think I sent this to you when you were like in a sick coma.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a response. I don't know.
I saw it too, but I like blacked out, and then, you know.
So, but it's still going to be like the same concept, right? They're just,
because
it said something about the way it used to be or something, and we obviously don't know what it was before. I
guess before they didn't have like where you create your own car and where you like, where they test it. Like you go through all the different testing. It wasn't, I don't know. But it wasn't like that, where you create your own car, then test the car, and then you go super fast. The super fast part was always there. But I guess what happened was, I heard this on the Disney World is Awesome, because they were talking about this Disney World is Awesome podcast. They apparently used to, when you sped up, it looked like you were going to hit the wall, but the walls opened up, and then you went fast through that part. And so they said it was much more exciting because you thought you were going to run into a wall, but it like, obviously.
You thought you were about to die. So yeah, way more exciting.
Because, you were supposed to be like test crash dummies. That's what you were supposed to be. And then they changed it.
But nobody wants to be one of those guys.
No one wants to do that. Yeah. So they're reimagining Test Track. The blog says Imagineers, along with teams from Chevrolet, are reaching back into history for inspiration from the original World of Motion and bringing that spirit of optimism to the next iteration of Test Track attraction. So yeah.
When is that?
They didn't say.
I was just thinking, how after you get off the ride and you go into like the Chevy Museum.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
It was like dealership.
Thank you. What's that called? The sales floor?
Yeah.
The Chevy sales floor. I was just thinking at the time, our boys didn't really care. They wanted to play with some of the you can pretend to drive race cars, but we had to do the rider switch, and we were running late for our lightning lane at Remy's because we purchased the individual lightning lane, and I really wanted to ride Remy's, so we didn't know where we were going, and so anyway, so we were rushing. But since then, in the last year and a half, our boys have gotten into cars a lot more. Not the movie, but actual cars, vehicles, and they, for the most part, all really like Chevy. Mm-hmm. It's in the blood.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, they would really like that whole part after All the
Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, that's it.
Okay. Now, let's see. There was a special sneak peek at what's coming at Disneyland Paris. It says Imagineers and teams are busy transforming Walt Disney Studios Park, which is their secondary park there at Disneyland.
Is that where Toy Story Land was?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's Disneyland Paris and then Walt Disney Studios Park, which is kind of like California Adventure esque.
I don't remember much about it. That's where Remy's was.
Remy's and Tower of Terror.
Which we didn't ride.
No.
We weren't there for very long.
No. It says the resort's future Frozen themed land. They're getting Frozen too.
Come on.
That'll highlight the kingdom of Anna and Elsa, excuse me, is taking shape and just a part of the exciting transformation. So they're getting a Frozen themed land there at that place.
Wait, aren't they getting something Tangled there too?
No, that's another. It's one of the Asia parks, I think.
Okay. Really help me out if they put all these things in the same park, so I could just go visit that one.
Yeah, that would be.
I really
good.
want a Tangled land and a ride and a Frozen land.
They talked about Disney Cruise Line with the new ships and a new island, Disney Island. So they're just building an island.
Making a new island? Like what happened? They just bought a new island?
They announced a new Disney Adventure ship. So it's the new ship that's coming called the Disney Adventure.
How many ships do they have?
I think this is their 5th one. I think there's 3, and then there's the Wish, and then Adventure is the latest one. And then they showed artwork for Fantasy Springs at Tokyo Disney Resort. This is the 8th themed port of Tokyo Disney Sea. It will feature Rapunzel's Forest, Peter Pan's Neverland, and Frozen Kingdom.
Oh, man.
All inspired by Walt Disney Animation Studios films. Fantasy Springs is scheduled to open in 2024.
Looks like I'm going to Tokyo.
Yeah, Tokyo is like, they have Tokyo Disney Sea.
But it's not like a water park, though.
No.
Which is what you would think, or not a water park. You would think like Marine World.
Yeah.
If you've been to, a show with where they have like whale shows and things like that. But no, it's just like nautical themed lands. Cause my aunt was just there over the summer and like looking at the pictures she was posting, it's like, and then I was looking at the map.
Tokyo Disneyland.
Right. And then Tokyo Sea. And so she had asked me, she was just like, I'll need tips. And I was like, I've never been to Tokyo. I don't know. But I was looking at the map of it. I was looking at the app and just looking. I was like, oh, okay. It's not like, they're just like themed. It's like I said, like a port, but it's still just like a theme park. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's like it's like a park, but each of the ports are like a different land.
Yes. It's not like you're going to see killer whales and dolphins.
Yeah.
Which is what I thought at first. I was like, is it like a zoo?
So then they talked about future ideas about expansion plans at Magic Kingdom. They talked about this a couple of years ago about like expanding beyond Big Thunder Mountain at Magic Kingdom. And they're talking about that. They're saying this can be similar in scale to Galaxy's Edge and Pandora, adding new attractions, restaurants, shows, and more.
But not a theme. They didn't say what
kind of land. They didn't say
land.
what. They said it was just kind of like a what if type thing. So they talked about that. They announced a new Zootopia show at the Tree of Life Theater at Disney's Animal Kingdom. So it's tough to be a bug show.
Oh, it's going to be Zootopia?
It's going to be Zootopia now.
Oh, I mean, tough to be a bug is good, but I imagine Zootopia will be really good. Yeah.
So that's coming in the future.
Or in the past.
Or in the past, depending on when you listen to this.
If you listen to this 5 years from now.
5 years now. You remember that one time when the Dreaming of Disney
I just felt
podcast?
like going back and listening to this old podcast.
Then they announced the reimagining of Dinoland USA.
Oh, good.
Disney's Animal Kingdom, which was pretty lame.
Like going to a carnival.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It's going to be inspired by a region sometimes referred to as Tropical Americas. Okay. As part of their research, Imagineers are looking at some of the most biodiverse areas on the planet in the regions just north and south of the equator here in the Western Hemisphere, the northern part of South America stretching up into Central America. This exciting location has been inspiration for many magical stories over the years. So some of the rumors are that they're going to take Dinosaur, the ride there, and turn it into Indiana Jones, because Indiana Jones would fit into that.
I mean, I know you said it's the same ride and it's the same kind of like or not the same ride. I'm sorry. It's the same car.
Yeah. It takes
and
it technology.
It moves the same way. I didn't go on Dinosaur. I don't want them to do that.
I know.
Because then people would have no reason. Well, maybe that's a good thing. Don't come here.
Keep the crowds down.
But it's like, there's people that just think, that Disneyland doesn't have anything, even though it's the original.
Yep.
They don't think it's the original. They talk about Disney World like it's the only park or the original park, and Disneyland's like an afterthought. And you're like, nope, it's the original.
Yep.
And so it's like, no, that's ours. So don't do it.
Yeah.
But they'd be very happy, Disney Worlders.
So this is where I got the whole Indiana Jones things. So it says new experiences inspired by Encanto and fan favorite adventurer Indiana Jones are being considered for the reimagined land at Disney's Animal Kingdom. One of the Imagineers says there's a long way to go and a lot more to discover, but Imagineering teams in Florida are up for the challenge. And then this one, which is crazy because it's got the biggest, everyone's so excited about this, and it's happening now. Figment will begin meeting guests inside the Imagination Pavilion at Epcot beginning on September 10th. So that's already happening.
Oh, like a mascot?
Yeah. So people are like all flipping out about meeting Figment.
Well, we didn't go on that. What is it called?
Journey into Imagination or Imagination with Figment. I don't know.
Something. We didn't go on it.
Yeah.
But I remember before we went, and I was starting to follow a few like Disney World accounts on Instagram. And when the Figment popcorn bucket came out.
Yes.
And I was like, what is this purple dragon dinosaur thing? Like, I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
And I still don't, I know the name of it now, but I don't, like, I've never been on the ride. The line was like 5 hours or something like that. And I watched some guy's like stories, and he was walking the line and he sped it up. And so maybe it wasn't stories. I don't remember, but it was like a minute long in, sorry, excuse me. Sped up. Like it was like a time lapse, and it was like a minute long of him like running this line.
Yeah. And
I remember hearing like it was, like 4 or 5 hours people were waiting in line, or maybe it was longer. It might have been longer.
Yeah.
For this popcorn bucket. And I was like, what is the, I remember asking you like, what is this purple dragon thing? And you're like, oh, but yeah.
Disney Worlders love their Figment.
It's like it's sentimental.
Yeah.
And I remember when they went on it as a kid or whatever. But it's just funny because I'm like, I have no idea what that is.
Yeah. So those were all the announcements that happened at this Destination D23 presentation. And then I think it was about a week after this, Disney announced that over the next 10 years, they're investing $60 billion into their parks. $60 billion.
That I don't want to think about that. Honestly.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about how much money that is. Into the parks or into Disneyland?
The parks.
The parks.
All the parks.
Oh, well, okay then. It's okay. That's only like 10 billion each.
Yeah, it's, okay. So yeah, but speaking of Disneyland,
since that's what this
since that's what we talk about here.
Speaking of Disneyland,
expanding Disneyland.
Okay.
So for the last few years, there's been this project called Disneyland Forward, which is, they want to expand Disneyland, but the problem with Disneyland is that it's surrounded by a city.
Homes,
people, Anaheim,
gas stations.
So it's kind of hard to do as opposed to Disney World, where they own a small city, and they can expand however they want. So there's been all these, as they've made these announcements, and obviously they have to work along with Anaheim. The city of Anaheim, and they have to do all these public meetings and talk to the city council, and then have public meetings with the residents and all that stuff. So I think it was a couple weeks ago, Disney released a environmental impact study report. So anytime you are constructing anything, you have to do these environmental impact studies to show obviously how it's going to impact the environment or
exactly
residents and neighborhoods, and
like in Parks and
Rec.
Where in the little block.
Oh, the little tiny park.
The little park.
Yeah, the tiny park.
And she's like, I demand it. Anyways.
So, they've been very vague about what they want. They've mentioned about where they want to expand, which is pretty much the only places they have are parking lots.
Yeah.
And so it would be the area west of the park. So the parking lots above Disneyland Hotel. So you have the parking lots where the Disneyland Hotel is. And then you have the downtown Disney parking by Paradise Pier. Mm-hmm. So that whole area is where they're looking to expand.
So there's because I saw that little map or whatever. Then where is everyone going to park?
They're building new parking structure.
Where?
I don't know.
Because you're like, okay, you don't have room to expand, so you have to take over your parking lot. But then you have to build a new parking structure. So
what they'll probably do, they'll probably buy out a hotel or a parcel of land and build a parking structure there, most likely. So
you just like buy someone's hotel or buy people's houses and just like take it over.
Yeah.
Well, because, California Adventure used to just be the parking lot for Disneyland.
Mm-hmm. So all this information is coming from an Instagram page called Code Word Disney. That's code_word_ Disney on Instagram, because the report is thousands of pages long. So obviously I'm not going to go through that. So they've summarized kind of what Disneyland's proposed. And so I have this on our TV so Adrienne can see from my phone.
But it's like small.
I know. I was going to make it bigger.
Okay. There we go.
But so here's Disneyland Hotel. And so the area north of it.
What is all that orange?
So orange is these are just proposed rides.
Well, what is that right now?
So that's all parking right now.
That's
the parking lot for the Disneyland Hotel.
Okay.
Right there.
Okay. Got it.
So this big purple part
Yes, that's the hotel.
That's the hotel. That's the convention center.
This is very interesting for people listening.
I know.
We'll post it or
we
just
we'll
told
share
code.
We'll share it to our stories.
Code word Disney.
And so Disney is looking to expand west of the park. But the thing is, there's a street that separates all of this. Disneyland Drive separates, the hotels from the parks.
Right. And you walk over a bridge.
You walk over a bridge
on
downtown Disney.
Mm-hmm.
So you would have to take some type of transportation because they're looking to expand Disneyland and California Adventure. So you would have to take some type of transportation from Disneyland.
So this isn't a new park. This is part of Disneyland?
This is part of Disneyland.
That's weird. Just make it a new park.
So they are proposing having some type of either like a Skyliner type transportation.
Which would be awesome. I love the Skyliner.
From Disneyland to the expanded part of Disneyland, or like a people mover type ride that will move people from California Adventure.
Well, you already have the monorail.
So, and that was another thing. There's a rumor that the monorail is now going to go to the Toy Story or the Pixar Pals parking garage. There was something I saw on Instagram that they're going to expand the monorail to go to the parking garage. So that way you can take the monorail into the parks or into downtown Disney or into
which that would be nice.
Disneyland.
I guess. I mean, there's the tram, but okay, but that's a long. Okay, I'm just thinking of Disney World.
Yeah,
and how there's 4 different parks, and they are, Epcot and Hollywood Studios are relatively close together, and then Animal Kingdom is farther from those, but not too far from those, and then Magic Kingdom is way up farther from those. It's not like you're in Magic Kingdom and then you take, let's even take 2 closer ones. It's not like you're in Epcot and you take the Skyliner over to ride another ride in Epcot where Hollywood Studio, there's 2 different parks. They're 2 different parks.
Yeah.
So this, if you know the area, you think behind the Disneyland Hotel is going to be part of Disneyland. Mm-hmm. But then you have to walk, and I know you just said the transportation, but just for how it is right now, all the way downtown Disney, and then you're in, all of Disneyland is together.
Yeah.
So it would just be weird to then be oh yeah, I'm going to another ride. It's just weird. Just make it a new park.
Unless they have a special entrance for Disneyland Hotel guests, much like the Grand Californian, and take California Adventure.
And then you can ride the Skyliner over to the main park.
Yeah.
This is Disneyland West.
Maybe.
And then you go to the main Disneyland.
So if you're looking, we're referring to this map on the Code Word Disney Instagram page. This is straight from the impact study that Disney released. So this isn't what Code Word Disney came up with. This is what Disney is proposing. Again, this is all speculative though. All of this could change because this is just here's what we could do with this land. This is what we think we could do. This is what we are doing. This is what we think we could do. So there's, they're expanding Disney World and California Adventure. And so there's 2 different areas. And they're proposing 14 new rides. So
that's crazy.
14 new rides. So 7 new rides for each park. So 7 rides for Disneyland, 7 rides for California Adventure. We know that they already said Avatar is coming to Disneyland.
Something Avatar is coming. Do you think that would be California or Disneyland?
I think it would be Disneyland. It would make more sense in Disneyland because it's more fantasy type, you know.
Yeah, Galaxy's Edge, yeah.
Whereas California Adventure is obviously California based. You could say, well, Avengers Campus isn't California based, but
they just threw it in there because that's where it
made more sense there when you think of Disneyland.
Had the space. They just had the space
Or they had
because
the
Star
space.
Wars Avengers, they're kind of in the same.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think it's just where they had space. But it's kind of, well, I guess Cars, who knows? It doesn't make any sense. Nothing makes sense.
Yeah.
It's all pretend.
It is. So they're proposing 2 thrill rides, 1 indoor, 1 outdoor, and the other
for each park.
And then the other 5 would be family rides, some indoor, some outdoor.
Well, something like Tron, and I haven't been on it, but it looks enjoyable.
That would be pretty awesome
to me. We need a new roller coaster.
Yes. So 14 new attractions. They're looking at using some type of Skyliner or people mover transportation to get you over Disneyland Drive into the new areas of this park. And they said themed transportation. So this is like you're still in the
bubble.
You're still in the
quote
bubble.
Unquote.
Yeah.
See, what I think is they could just make this area a new park, and it could be like the north and south.
That's what everybody kind of
or east and west or
first,
whatever.
What this Disneyland Forward new park is, but after this study came out, they're calling it an expansion of Disneyland and California Adventure.
It just feels weird because it's so far apart.
Yeah,
it's like, why not just be like, let's just make it a new, a new park.
Yeah,
unless they don't want to come up with another theme for a park. I don't know.
So when is this all going to be done?
2040.
They're proposing that
dead.
It'll be done by 2040. That's 17 years from now, right? Yes.
Yeah, I might.
Don't say that. This is a family podcast. You will be here. But yeah, 2040.
Okay. So our oldest will be 30 years old.
That's really weird. We will be.
No. I know how old we'll be.
Sheesh.
Because I know how old I was when he was born. So if he's 30.
Yeah.
So he will be 30. So not much younger than we are now. Kind of. That it would be completed by. Okay, wait. So then the park will be almost 100. Yeah. It would be.
They're getting
85.
It'll be 85 because they're 70. They're 70 this year.
So that can't be
2024 will be 70 years. No,
I can't do math.
No, 55. I'm thinking 2025 will be 70 years. So this year they're coming up on 69 years.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I was just subtracting because it'll be 100 in 2055.
Yes.
So subtract 15 from that. That's 85. But
I'll take your word for it.
That doesn't feel right. I'm doing something wrong. Because 2040, how far away is that from now?
17 years. So take 69 plus 17.
That's not right. I'm so confused. It doesn't matter.
69 plus 17. It'll be 86. You're one off.
86, but
that's if you count. If you count this year,
who cares?
Yeah. So no, you're right.
Here,
85. It'll be 85.
You know what I'll take? I'll take 2040 minus 1955. 85. Yeah, I'm right.
You're right.
We're doing something weird.
So like common.
What were we just watching?
Throwing us off.
Stupid. What were we just watching? Where they were? It was something. Oh, it was Jurassic Park. We
showed our kids Jurassic Park for the first time.
That was interesting. It was, and he was talking about back in, when Walt Disney made Disneyland in 1956. And we were like, that's wrong.
John Hammond, you are wrong. It was not 56.
1955. Well, I mean, that would all...
Or should I say Steven Spielberg?
Spielberg.
You were wrong. Because obviously he wrote that. What?
He directed it.
Directed
the writers were wrong. Yeah. I mean, all those new rides. And like, I wonder then, completed by 2040.
Will they open it in phases?
Yeah. I mean, they couldn't just have all that closed off for 15 years.
Yeah.
Like, that's a really long time to have.
Really long time.
Like, I wonder, that's crazy. I wonder how, because, like Animal Kingdom didn't open until the 90s. I don't want to say the exact year because I don't remember, but it was in the 90s. When did they announce that? And how long did it take to actually do? I mean, all of this we could find, but...
Well, the thing about California Adventure, that opened up in 2001.
Mm-hmm.
How long did it take for California Adventure to be built? Construction lasted for 5 years.
Really? That was during the period of time where I was not going.
Yeah. So it took 5 years to build California Adventure.
I wonder what it looked like through that, because I went several times when I was really little, and then I didn't go again until like my middle school years. I didn't go. And then I went again in 2001.
Yeah.
Or two. Yeah. So I wonder what it looked like through all that. Because I went from when we were parking in front of Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next time I was there, it was like, there's a park here.
Yeah.
So I wonder what it looked like through all that with all that construction.
I would imagine that they would have to do it in phases. Like they're going to have to open up
because this is like through downtown Disney. It's around the hotels. And then if they're making some kind of people mover or Skyliner, that's going to interrupt the parks.
Yeah.
And seems like it would be very complicated as opposed to when they built California Adventure. Not that I'm saying that was easy, but like they ripped up the huge parking lot, and it was just like that.
A new park,
where this is like intertwined with things that are already there.
Yeah. The hotels and,
downtown Disney,
which again, they're revamping that.
Yeah. There's construction all through there.
Yeah.
Well.
So we'll see what happens in 17 years. See where we are.
This podcast will not be going on.
We'll be on episode 1500.
We won't. But I don't care how old I am. If they make some of these areas themed, Frozen and Tangled, which by then will be like old classics.
Georgia will be like 20 years old.
You know what? She'll be older than that. Well, no. If Jack is 30, then she'll be 19.
Okay, she'll be almost 20.
They're 11 years apart.
But she'll still love all that stuff then.
Well, I do.
Yeah. You'll make her
20 something. So, but I will line up to meet. Well, you can meet Rapunzel now, but I'll still be just as excited.
Yeah, I would too.
And I'd be like, I've been waiting for this for 20 years. Bring in a Frozen land.
I remember when Disneyland was one park. You had to take this newfangled Skyliner.
Newfangled. I'll be like.
People Mover was just a ride.
Oh my gosh. If Jack's 30, that means we could be grandparents.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, we could take our grandkids and spoil them like crazy.
All right.
Anyways, it's ice cream time.
It is dessert time, which means it's time to get off this podcast. So follow us on Instagram, dreaming.of.disney.podcast.
And we'll get back on there.
We'll get
I got like, I was trying to like film a bunch of things when we were there, and so we could make reels, and then
then life happened.
Then we dropped off the face of the earth, but we still have the footage.
We're climbing back up that edge of the cliff, back to living. So leave us a review. We appreciate all you guys who listen and comment on Instagram. Follow us on there. And but yeah, we'll be back next week. You're listening to the Dreaming of Disney podcast. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.